Only come out in time.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Probably been 2 weeks since you've seen me. Sorry about that. I have no excuse for it. Absolutely none whatsoever. So I'm not even going to try and make up an excuse, because no point when there's not a valid one. I just haven't filmed for no reason at all. But here I am. I won't make the intro too big, because none of you will care, probably. You will just want me to get on with the video, which is what I'm going to do. I hope you enjoy, and let's get on to it. Today's video is going to be on learning to drive, because as you are all aware, I am currently learning to drive. Now, I'm not with the same person I was with when I first started learning to drive, for reasons I won't go into, but, well, I might go into, don't know, might change my mind, but to begin with the person I was with, I ain't going to promote him because I don't really like him, to be honest, hence why I'm with someone else. But to begin with him, lessons were okay, but like there was just something about him I just didn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but there was just something I didn't like. And in case you aren't aware, I live in Norwich, so he is a Norwich instructor, and like I just didn't like the atmosphere when I was learning to drive with him, so it was making me not enjoy my lessons so much after so long. It was fine for the first month and a half maybe, and then like I just didn't like it. Like I felt on edge, like with lessons with him, and I would miss lessons, like cancel them. Once I did do it, so I weren't at home for it. And the one where I wasn't at home for wasn't entirely my fault, because like 2 hours before, maybe 2.5, 3 hours before, I get a text saying that I hope, and keeping in mind, my lesson was planned for 5:15 in the evening, and I get a text from him at 10:30, 11 o'clock time, saying I hope to be with you by 4:30. No, and he didn't ask me if that was okay. Not once did he ask me if that was okay. He just changed it and practically gave me no choice. And at the time, I was out. So I decided to go into the city and have a look around. So, not my fault really, because I was the other side of Norwich, and you know, needed to get a bus to get back home, since I'm learning to drive and I can't drive yet. Simple answer there really, isn't it? And he got really arsey at me for it. It's like, but at the end of the day, you are the one that changed the lesson time and not ask me if it was okay. It's like, what the hell do you expect? It's like, the person I'm with now, there's no faults. He's absolutely amazing. I'm with a company now, so I'm now going on to my new company. The new people I'm with, well, person, whatever. New person I'm with is amazing. Like, no fault, and I would highly recommend them. It's How-2-Drive. I'll link their website and their Facebook page down in the description because they're just really amazing. I got in contact via their website, How-2-Drive, that's their name, How-2-Drive, and I put down to start lessons, put all my contact details down, and next day, the lady from like the office, can't remember her name, but I think it was Natalie, might be wrong. Sorry if you're watching this and it is wrong. I just genuinely can't remember. She tried ringing me, and I can't remember but I think my phone was on Do Not Disturb or something. I think it was on night shift because I might have been at college, I'm not sure. So I got home, and when I realised who it was, because I then got a text like an hour later saying who it was and what about. So I then rang her at half five sort of time in the evening, and she got on the system, and she said she was basically just like, when would you like your first lesson? Like, when's good for you? And at the time, I was then going to be having my half term, which was 2 weeks for Easter. So, fair dues, I have not been with this company for long, but I can just tell that I'm going to have no troubles. And I, then we arranged a date and time, which was, I can't remember the date, but it was 2:30, I believe, in the afternoon. And because I said I can do any day and time because I'm going to be on half term. So my driving instructor is called John Steele, I think that's how you say his last name. Sorry if it's wrong. My brain's not great at times, but that's not the point. But he's also got a Facebook page for his driving tuition, and I'll also link that down below because he is a really good driving instructor. He will obviously try and push you to your limits, but he doesn't make you feel uncomfortable in doing so, which in comparison to my old driving instructor is completely different. Like, my old driving instructor would make me feel so uncomfortable that it didn't help, and like, he'd push me too far, if that makes sense, and that obviously doesn't really help confidence. So that's a big difference. And you get my booklet's downstairs, so I can't really show you. But you get a booklet with it, and this information will be on their website. You get a booklet, and it gives you a little bit of information, I believe, if I remember correctly. I don't really look at it that much, to be honest. But you get a booklet, like I said, and at the end of every lesson, you and your instructor, whoever it may be, for me, John. So when at the end of the lesson, me and John will sit in the car, and we'll go through what we thought of the lesson. And like, during the lesson, he'll say, how do you think you're getting on? What would you score your driving out of 10? And for me, I'm usually at an 8, which, you know, my opinion. And he usually has an opinion as well, and he'll tell me what he thinks and whether he agrees with what I think. So yeah, if you're living in Norwich or a surrounding area, so like, I know they do it in Yarmouth, like maybe Goulston, probably because Goulston's like what, 10 minutes down the road. But if you're in the surrounding areas, I would highly recommend you trying How-2-Drive because they are so good, and the service when you book your first one is really good. All the driving instructors seem to be nice because I don't know, they just seem nice. Obviously, my driving instructor, John, he's fantastic, and I'm really glad I got him. Like, when I had the problem with my other driving instructor, I was humming and hawing at the fact that there could be the possibility of having another bloke, but I actually really like my driving instructor, and I'm glad that I've got him. He's very understanding and he's very good at his work. So, John, if you're watching this, you are great and keep up the good work. So, I'm going to end this video here. Oh, I haven't covered about my theory and how I'm finding the driving, because I've been going on about the instructor and that, haven't I, really? And my previous instructor. So, I passed my theory test. When was it? February or March, I think. Can't remember when. And I passed second time because, not gonna lie, first time round I didn't do nowhere near as much revision for it as I probably should have. So I then done it a week later from the date I first done it. Or was it 2 weeks? I think it was either a week or 2 weeks, and I passed second time round. And first time round though, I was 1 or 2 marks off of passing, and I was like, really? A couple of marks or 1 mark off? Have you got to be serious? So yeah, that happened. Now, driving wise, I absolutely love driving, and now that I'm with a new driving instructor / driving school, I look forward to driving now. Like, yeah, fair enough, I've had 2 lessons with him, but first one, obviously, I was kind of nervous to begin with, but got in the car, and, like, obviously we went to somewhere quieter because that's what I felt more comfortable with, and we both thought that was probably better. But when I got in the car and got a little bit used to the controls, I was okay. Then second one, because we went 2 weeks without one, because I think he went on holiday or something. So second one, I was slightly nervous. But it was an earlier time. It was at 2:30, and went somewhere quieter, got behind the wheel, and I was fine. So, like with John, I feel so relaxed about driving, and I don't feel tense or nothing. So that is really good. So yeah. Don't really know what else to say, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope the information was useful. Thank you so much for watching. I think I just said that, but never mind. And I will see you again soon. Bye.